This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Hanover man charged in relation to fatal stabbing. The police have charged a man who is implicated in a fatal stabbing on the Central Flat Main Road in Diaz, Hanover a week ago. 23-year-old J. Calvin, who is from Chestnut in Green Island, Hanover, has been charged with the death of 24-year-old Nicholas Nevers, who was a resident of the parish. According to a report from the Lucy Police, about 11:20 on the morning of August 22, Mr. Nevers was standing on the Central Flat Main Road when Mr. Calvin drove up on a motorcycle. He allegedly attacked Mr. Nevers and stabbed him with a sharp object before escaping. Mr. Nevers was pronounced dead at hospital. Mr. Calvin was later arrested. Man fatally shot by police in Westmoreland. A man was shot and killed by the police during an operation in Gordon District, White House in Westmoreland on Friday. The identity of the deceased has not yet been released. Acting head of the Westmoreland Police Division, Senior Superintendent Wayne Josephs, in confirming the incident, told the news that there was a fatal shooting shortly after 4:30 a.m. Westmoreland is one of the parishes that has been rocked by a string of murders recently. More than 4 persons were killed across the parish later last month, including a 19-year-old who was gunned down in Green Jail last weekend. His attackers managed to escape. KFC announces price cuts. Restaurants of Jamaica, the local franchise holder for KFC, has announced the rollback of the prices of some of its products. It says the rollback took effect last week and applies to chicken on the bone products. The prices of its Zinger popcorn chicken, hot wings, and crispers remain unchanged. Restaurants of Jamaica did not state by how much it was cutting prices in its Twitter post announcing the move on Friday. It said the cut is in line with its chicken supplier, Jamaica Broilers' recent price cut. Although this price cut from Jamaica Broilers was minimal, we welcome this reduction as a step in the right direction, and we look forward to more significant reductions as the global market stabilizes, it said in the Twitter post. Jamaica's monkeypox case increased to 9. The Health Ministry has recorded 2 more monkeypox cases in Jamaica, bringing the country's total to 9. The latest cases were confirmed by Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton. Yesterday, Tufton indicated that the first set of vaccines to treat the monkeypox disease is expected to arrive in Jamaica this month. Police urge vigilance after UK visitor robbed of $500,000. With a 14.5% spike in robberies this year, the police are urging the public to be more vigilant, especially when in possession of larger sums of cash. The appeal comes after a near doubling of reports of armed robbery in the Kingston Central Police Division, the latest of which occurred last Friday when a man visiting from the United Kingdom was held up and robbed of $500,000 and his travel documents. A relative of the victim told the news that the man had left the bank with the cash and stopped at a shop at the intersection of Rum Lane and Wildman Street in downtown Kingston when he was robbed by men who had been posing as customers. According to the relative, when the matter was reported to the Kingston Central Police Station, the cops said that they had been getting a lot of reports of cash stolen after persons leave a particular financial institution. When we got down there, the police said, "Again, everybody come in here about that bank," she said. The bank gave him 3 weeks to come and pick up the money. When the 3 weeks come, he went for it and them robbed him. The man was reportedly trailed by men traveling in a car after he left the financial institution. When he made a stop at a shop, a man entered and reportedly ordered an orange juice and then left. Same time now, Missy 2 come and said them want 2 cold juice. Then push the gun at his head and take the $500,000 from him. Passport, everything gone, the relative told the news. The Kingston Central Police Division has recorded a 93% year-on-year increase in robberies up to August 29. Since the start of the year, 29 robberies have been committed in the division, compared to 15 for the corresponding period in 2021, making it the division with the second highest percentage increase. St. Elizabeth, which has seen 44 robberies between January 1, 2022 and August 29, 2022, recorded a 238.5% year-on-year jump. The largest decline is in the St. Mary Police Division, falling from 13 last year to 6 in 2022, a 53.8% plunge. In terms of the number of incidents, the Manchester Police Division comes out on top with 76 cases, while Hanover came in at the other end with just 2 robberies. A senior officer told the news that the number of robberies could be much higher, as sometimes they get wind of some incidents which were not officially reported by victims. Sometimes they are embarrassed to say how much was stolen, and they think nothing will come of it. We have had recoveries and several arrests have been made, and the persons placed before the court, the senior crime fighter told the news. Crooks also made off with an undetermined sum of cash and the travel documents after snatching a handbag from a parked vehicle in the Constance Spring area 2 weeks ago. The news understands that the victim's travel plans were delayed after her green card and the passport were lost. The matter was reported to the police and the Passport Immigration and the Citizenship Agency. Some of the documents were later recovered after combing the area. Tips from police on transporting cash. Money in transit is vulnerable. When possible, use a cash transit company, particularly for large sums of money. If you choose to transport cash on your own, consider the following to reduce the risk of falling prey to criminals. Assign more than one well-trained person to the task. Company uniforms should not be worn, but if they are, they should be covered by other clothing. Avoid using public transport. If using private transport, keep the doors locked at all times. Avoid quiet streets and vary the route and the time of travel. Do not advertise the fact that you are carrying cash. Ensure the time of return is known so an alarm can be raised if necessary. Be aware of drivers of vehicles or people behaving suspiciously. Do not put yourself at risk. Hand the money over if you are confronted. Energy Minister slams JPS, says rate increase shouldn't have been granted. Energy Minister Darrell Vaz is blasting the Jamaica Public Service Company for its handling of the long-standing customer satisfaction issues. A media release from his ministry on Friday also pointed to the recent 0.7% rate increase granted to the company by the Office of Utilities Regulation. It said while Vaz understands that OUR is the sole entity empowered by law to grant such increases, the minister feels strongly that the increase should not have been granted at this time, given that JPS has failed to address these long-standing customer service-related issues. The ministry said the issues of contention include lengthy delays in adding new customers to the grid, which now number close to 100,000 residential customers due to a shortage of necessary equipment and parts, and the persistent and unscheduled power outages, with the most recent being 2 days ago, when 10,000 customers were left without electricity. The increased cost to the local economy and the severe inconvenience and losses being experienced by customers due to a lack of electricity is totally unacceptable, Vaz stated. He also expressed his displeasure with the delays in the relocation of 100 poles to facilitate further major infrastructure development for Jamaicans. Vaz said despite numerous meetings, including with the board of JPS in recent weeks, communicating the urgent need to address these issues, little has been done. Vaz is now requesting the JPS to present a report to Cabinet detailing how and when these issues will be addressed, provide a supply chain assessment report on the impact of the challenges being encountered by JPS on the construction industry, brief the Cabinet on the plans and measures that are in place to ensure power stability as the hurricane season progresses, and report on actions to compensate citizens who may have suffered damage or loss of income due to long and/or unplanned power outages. Construction worker shot dead in St. Thomas. Detectives assigned to the St. Thomas Police are probing the circumstances surrounding the shooting death of a construction worker in St. Thomas on Thursday evening. The deceased has been identified as 55-year-old Hopton Robinson of Catholic Lane, Yallas in the parish. It's reported that the police were patrolling the Yallas area about 7:45 p.m. when they were alerted to explosions in Catholic Lane. On their arrival, Mr. Robinson was seen lying face down on the ground in a pool of blood with multiple bullet wounds. It is reported that Mr. Robinson was taking a shower in an outside bathroom at his house when he was shot. It was further reported that 3 men were seen leaving the scene in a lane located at the back of the premises. They escaped on motorcycles. This brings to 31 the number of people killed in St. Thomas since the start of the year. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.